Hi guys, my name is Volker and I love to make beautiful imperfect things. Today I'm going to show you how to do the very first rows in a double knitted scarf with a tilted pattern such as these. If you haven't done so already, I would recommend that you first go over to the tutorial showing you part 1 of these tilted scarves, because the techniques are actually easier to see when you've already come a bit into the pattern, and the very first rows usually are a bit more complicated. Otherwise, if you want to have a look at all of my patterns, go over to my Ravelry page. You find the link in the description below. And as always, don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful, or let me know if you don't. Okay, so let's jump right into it. We start with a tubular 2-color cast on. I put the link up here so that you can have a look at the tutorial in more detail. And I cast on 3 pairs. So this is my first row, then first half of second row, blue knit stitches. This is still part of the 2-color tubular cast on. I put all the stitches to the other side end of the needle, pick up the grey yarn. Now grey purl stitches, second half of second row. So row 3 starts with the selvage edge pair. I put the link to that tutorial up here as well. Cross the yarns. And now the row starts with an increase. And this increase differs from all the other increases in your pattern because you have so few pairs in the beginning. So the very first increase you actually do by lifting the yarn between 2 stitches. You put it up here onto your needle, like this, like a backward slash, and you knit the knit stitch in the back loop. Then you do the same with a purl stitch. So you pull up the blue yarn between stitches, up onto your needle. You have it like a forward slash, and you purl your stitch in the opposite color. Then there's the pair in the middle. You just work according to your chart. And now you've already arrived at the selvage edge pair. But before you work that, you have to do 2 increases, and you do them with different techniques. So the first increase is worked into the stitch 2 below. So you have the blue knit stitch here, you have the white knit stitch below, and the one below that is usually one further down than you think it is. You pull it out like this, and you work it into the stitch, and you see that my stitch is not twisted. Then you do the same on the other side. You turn your work. You see the white purl stitch, you see the blue purl stitch, and the one under, also blue from the cast on. You draw that leg of the stitch under your left needle, and then you work an ordinary purl stitch into it. Your second increase is worked into the yarn between stitches or between pairs. So you pull up the yarn onto your left needle, you turn it so it lies like a backslash over your needle, and then you work your knit stitch into the back loop like this. Then you do the same on the other side. So you turn your work, you catch the blue yarn where it comes out from the selvage edge stitch, You turn it so that it is like a forward slash over your left needle. You purl it into the front loop. And then you work the selvage edge. Row 4, nothing weird going on. The selvage edge, and then you just follow the chart. And I see you again on the other side. From row 5 and onward, you get into the actual rhythm of the pattern. So row 5, you start with the selvage edge. And from row 5 and onwards, your increases at the beginning of each uneven row are worked into the stitches below. So you see the white knit stitch here, the stitch below is the blue knit stitch. You put your right needle into it, you lift it onto your left needle like this, like a forward slash. You work your knit stitch and you do your twisted increase. Then you do the same on the other side. You put your yarns in front, you turn your work, you see the blue purl stitch, the one below is the white purl stitch, and here you have the leg of this white purl stitch. You pull it onto your needle, and you work your purl stitch. Then you follow your chart across row 5 until you've arrived at the selvage edge pair. Now you do the same double increase as before. Here's your blue knit stitch, the white knit stitch below, and the blue knit stitch under that one. You go into the stitch and catch the stitch below like this. You knit into it, and then you do the same on the other side. Yarns in front, turn your work, white purl stitch, blue purl stitch, the one below is your white purl stitch. You put it onto your needle like that, like this, and you purl into it. Second increase in the yarn between stitches, so you pull up your white yarn coming from the selvage edge. You lay it like a backslash over your needle and you knit into the back loop. Same on the other side, yarns in front, you turn your work, you pull the blue yarn onto your left needle, you lay it like a forward slash onto the needle and you purl into the front loop, so the last increase is a twisted increase as well. And then you work your ordinary selvage edge. So that's all for today, guys. Take care and good luck with your project.